going on, everyone? Just give you a quick trade recap. Today is December 10th, 2025. Took a pretty easy day today. My trade is only about 6 minutes long. Secured about 50 points on the day, so very solid day, very textbook day today. So just going into today, I saw that we had created this 15-minute gap earlier in the morning. This is around 2 in the morning. And then inside of that 15-minute gap, we also had this 5-minute bearish gap as well. As you can see, both of these were inversed. But regardless, we had created these bearish gaps that I wanted to see play into my trade later when market opened. So going into market open, which I have marked out with this blue vertical line right here, as you can see, we manipulated and displaced downwards. And a lot of people took longs off of this displacement. I originally did want to get into this. As you can see right here, we created this 1 minute inverse for value gap, which let me correctly mark that real quick. Anyways, like I said, a lot of people entered off of this right here. We had a liquidity sweep, inverse for value gap, and then basically you can just target this upside, target this 15-minute gap right here. I wanted to get in this, but I had to get up and unfortunately missed this trade. But really, you could have taken this trade either way. You could have either just entered off of this candle right here as soon as we closed, or you could have waited on the retrace right here. Either one, you still should have secured a W off of that. But like I said, unfortunately, I did miss that. So the next best trade, and honestly the trade I was looking forward to most of the morning, was this trade I took, this short I took. So let me head over there real quick. So I wanted to see this blue line right here get respected and enter off of there at 25,672, which you can see we pretty much ended up top ticking this unintentionally. I didn't mean to top tick this, but just ended up working out. My reasoning for entering right here was because of this order block we had created right here. Let's mark this out. But anyways, I like entering off of order blocks. Usually provide a good entry and exit point for me. As you can see, pretty much top tick this based off of this 5-minute order block right here. Tapped into this, got entered and filled, paused, and then basically displaced all the way down. Was about a 6-minute trade. Let me zoom in on this real quick. Got filled, yeah, about a 6-7 minute trade. And that's pretty much it, honestly. We tapped into this level, and like I said, I did want to see this 5-minute and 15-minute bearish gap get respected, which we did obviously end up doing. So I got my entry, basically immediately displaced downwards, and I was targeting a little bit lower, but I just want to secure profits today because today was FOMC. So price can be a little wonky sometimes, and I didn't want price to reverse and end up being negative on the day. So targeted 50 points, very solid trade from 25,672 down to 25,621. 50 points, easy in and out. And really, there was a lot of entries today. Today, surprisingly, was probably the best day this week so far, even though it was pre-FOMC. There were a lot of entries you could have taken. The one I'd already mentioned in the beginning, that 1-minute inverse for value gap, and took longs off of that. The trade I took, you could have taken that short right here, and then the final one you could have taken was this 5-minute long. This was probably the play of the day, to be honest. It was the biggest play, and also a little bit more confident in this play. I definitely would have taken this had I either lost or just not taken the short I had taken. This one was probably the most textbook trade. As you can see right here, we created this 5-minute inverse for value gap, even though it's very small, so it created that gap right here, which was nice to see. And then we also have this 5-minute bullish gap as well. So it's really just a picture perfect trade. There's really nothing that you could change about this. Liquidity sweep, 5-minute inverse for value gap, tied in with a 5-minute bullish for value gap, tap back into this. You really could have entered off of this candle right here. As soon as we closed bullish, you could have entered right here, or you could have waited for a pullback, got that pullback. Obviously, none of these candles closed below. These are all just wicks. So you could have entered off of really anything right here, and then targeted either this, and you could have targeted either this 15-minute or 5-minute gap, or you could have targeted a lot higher. We did end up digging into this 4-hour bearish gap that I've been wanting to see us tag into for a while now. But regardless, as you can see, if you got any entries somewhere around here, that's still basically 200 points you're catching. So this is definitely the play of the day. I'm kind of bummed I didn't catch this, but I do like sticking to my rules where if I do catch a W on the day, I'm done trading for the day, regardless if I see other setups. So had I not taken my original trade, like I said, definitely would have taken this trade. This trade was very, very solid. I hope some of you guys caught this trade. But regardless, I got my piece of the pie, got my 50 points, and I got out for profit across 2 counts. So that's going to be all for today. Thank you for watching, and have a good one.